I'm going to be doing some Skewb example solves for Ranzha's method, and I'll be giving you some insight into what goes through my head while I'm solving. So Scrambles will be in the description, and let's get started. Okay, first scramble. I noticed two things. There's an orange and green and yellow center corner pair, then also a red and green and yellow center corner pair. So as I'm looking into the best way to build my Petrus block, I notice that orange and yellow is not great because the yellow center is here and the corner is sort of not in a good spot to pair up, because I would break up that. The green and orange is okay. I can bring this up, then a 3-move Petrus after bringing the center. So I look into yellow or red, sorry, and I like red and green because the corner to match up here is right here, and I can match up the center to this corner without breaking up this block. So I'll do that, then insert right in there, and since green's on top, I'll just go with green for my welder's mask. I'll solve this corner first. I notice that this corner will be twisted like that, and that would just result in another move like that. So once I'm down here, I cancel into bringing this corner up, and that leaves this corner at the back. And that leaves me with a U pie case, and this is the 6th move. Next scramble. So right off the bat, I see 3 center corner pairs. This white one, this yellow, and the orange. And orange is okay because the center can be paired up with this corner to make the orange and green. I wouldn't do orange and white because that's a bad case. White is decent for both the blue and both the blue side and the red side. But I think I'll go with white. So 2 moves to pair up this corner down here and bring it in there for the Petrus block. And I'll just immediately go into solving the white on top by using this corner to twist it so it'll go in place properly, and noting this corner is counterclockwise. So easy insertion like that. This leaves me with a U case because corners are solved. Okay, next scramble. Okay, off the bat there are 4 pairs. It's orange, white, yellow, and blue. And nothing particularly jumps out at me to solve, but I know I have plenty of options. I think I'll go... Sorry about that. I think I'll go with the... I'll go with the yellow and green, because I notice I can bring this green center up here, and that'll pair up the other yellow-green corner, so then it just leaves me with 1 move like that. And that's kind of nice because sort of unintentionally my welder's mask got filled out there, so that's a little lucky. And this is a ZA case. These 2 centers need to switch, and these 2 need to switch, and the pie this way, and I know this optimal case, so I'll solve it that way. And Skewb solved. Next scramble. First thing I notice is this yellow, green, red center corner pair, and the green's pretty good. It's just 2 moves to pair up the green with its center and to bring it in there. And I don't really see anything better. The red's not great, so I'll just do green, while keeping in mind the position of this corner. That's not going to change, so I can immediately go into solving this corner once I finish the Petrus block. Then I obviously see this corner, and that leaves us with a counterclockwise twist, like that. And here's a case where there's a UE2 case, because this needs to switch with that in that direction, and the bottom's solved. But I don't know anything optimal for this case, but I'll hack to solve the corners like that, leaving me with an O case. And Skewb solved. Next, Scramble. Several things to notice. I can go for either of these two for a Petrus block, because they're both attached to a corner. I also have 3 other pairs. This orange one, this green one, and this yellow one. So really, since I'm color neutral, I just look for the best one. That's also semi-finger tricky. And I think I'll go with green and white, because it's 2 moves to bring this down to there. But I'm also taking into consideration the position of this white corner that I can follow. So once I do the Petrus block like that, I can immediately go into these corners to solve that one, and this one I can twist it and notice that it'll force R on this side. So then that leaves me with a U case, which is not great because I don't know the optimal case for this one, but I'll hack it to force a pi case like that, and then again solve the corners here, and I know I'll get a U case since these 2 centers are solved, and the one in the back will switch like that, and so then I just solve the U case like that. Okay, this scramble, I see this pair, or these 2 pairs rather. 1 move Petrus block on orange. Oh yeah, this is definitely a good Petrus block, because one move to pair up this pair with that, and I also note that this corner will be in the right position, so it can just be moved up with 1 move, like as you'll see here. Now it's just in the right position to be moved onto the welder's mask, and that also brings this one into a good position. And noticing that I'll force the right side like that, because this center will go up to the right when I solve the corner, and that just leaves me with a U case. Okay, first thing I noticed about this scramble, 2 solved corners on the orange, and can I do anything with those? I can. Even though, okay, so I'm going to solve the layer first, but I notice that this will stay the same, because I can solve this corner with 1 move up to here, and this corner with 1 move up to here, but this center will remain where it is, and it's opposite. So I can use a 4 mover to force the adjacent center. So essentially, I'm bypassing the Petrus block in favor of solving the welder's mask as a layer and then a center instead of 2 adjacent centers. So I'll do that, and I go over here, and I'll use the sledge 4 mover because I notice I have a pi case on bottom, peanut case, on bottom facing away from me, like that and that. So if I use a sledge, it'll of course solve this center, into the back while also forcing a pie case. So now I have a pie case, and it's a UE case, but I'll just hack it with a form mover to solve the corners. Then I'm left with an O case, like that. Okay, this scramble, some of these cases aren't so great where you have like this red, for example, because these corners, this one needs to go back here, and you can't, there's not a really good way to solve the white back here, because it's kind of inefficient. But what's good about this is I notice there's just a one move for green and white. The white and green will just pair up like that. And I notice I'll have, and I can plan through the welder's mask, because I just have this corner which can be moved up, and then this one which will be twisted, as you'll see. So Petrus block, one move, and then this corner goes up, and I know this corner needs to be solved by bringing it down here and then doing that 3-move twist. And this is just a nice OA peanut case that I know optimal alg for. So next scramble, sorry, I'm thinking about all that, about what I can do. It's not great, but I have this center corner pair, which I think I'll go for. The red's okay if I want to move this center down here and then pair it up, but blue's probably better because the center's already in a good spot to pair up with this other yellow-blue corner. So I'll do that, pair it up, solve the Petrus block. Immediately I see this yellow corner, so I'll do the counterclockwise twist, and I notice while I'm doing that this corner is in the proper position to just move straight up there. That leaves me with a UE2 case, but instead of solving the centers first, I'll solve the corners to force an O case, like that, and then there's my O case. Oh, that's embarrassing. I just did the same scramble twice. Okay, I'll get the right scramble this time. Okay, so first thing I notice, this is not a very great configuration to start a Petrus block because it's diagonal swap, and though I would have to pair up like a center. For example, I'd have to pair up this green center to here, then take the whole pair out and then put it back in where it needs to go, and that's kind of long and tedious. But what I do see is that since this corner is not yet in the yellow layer, it can make a nice Petrus block. So what I do, I'll go for the yellow and red, and since I see the red down here, that pairs up easily with this center, and it also leaves this corner solved, so I can skip one of my welder's mask corners. So one move, I already have all this, and then I have this corner down here which just needs to be twisted counterclockwise, like that. And I'm left with an H case. Instead of doing the sledge form mover, because that'll leave me with a peanut case, I'll do the hedge form mover, since these two stickers are facing towards me. So I'll do the hedge to leave me with a pie case like this. And then I'll do, okay, next scramble. Okay, so first things, there's nothing great off the bat. but I do notice that these two orange and green pairs can be solved with 3 moves, and forcing this other orange corner up to the orange layer, and this orange corner remains the same, so I can essentially see through my welder's mask, or I can at least plan ahead. So I'll do the 3 move insertion of that, and then I note these 2 corners both facing this way. I'll bring this one down to twist, but I can cancel into this corner solving, and then that's nice because my corners are solved, and it leaves me with an O case. Now, one last scramble. Okay, again, I have a case where 2 corners are in the layer correctly, but I don't really see much that I could do because I don't see a center that I could force. But if I solve the whole layer first, but what I can do is I can I can solve this green and yellow Petrus block over here while preserving this green corner of the welder's mask by bringing this yellow center down to pair up with the yellow green. And what that does is it moves this, will move this down, but without breaking up that, like this. So now that those 2 are solved, and I just have this last corner left, so twist it like that, bring it up and down. Now, this case, it's OB case, and it's OB peanut case, facing away. So I know the alg for this one, and Skewb is solved. So thank you. Please comment on the video if you have any questions or you need any help. Feel free to comment, and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.